going on, YouTube family? Kae and I back with another YouTube video.
We already recorded a whole video, and someone, not me, but someone deleted it. Not on purpose, but
yo, my heart.
Someone.
Yeah, I did it. I'm that someone. I messed up. Kae recorded like a bunch of videos at one of my training sessions, and I was trying to upload it, didn't have space, and yeah, it just went on a deleting spree, and that ended up being one of the videos. We're gonna re-record it right after this one. This is why we need to invest in a camera, and if y'all keep supporting us, we can do that. So subscribe, comment, share to a friend, and yeah, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a video.
Thank you for tuning in to the channel. If you saw the last vloggy vlog, you will see it was someone's birthday.
Woo!
I'm officially 32,
Yep.
and it is Aquarius season. So happy birthday to all the Aquarius community members supporting the channel. We love all of you, Aquarius or not, but you know, just a special shout out to y'all. I think today's Bob Marley's birthday.
It is. Happy birthday,
He's
Uncle.
another Aquarius. But yeah, today's video is a touchy one. It's touchy, all right? I'm not even gonna front. This is something that Dee and I have been kind of going back and forth on. Not that we weren't in agreement about doing it, but just how to approach it. Yeah. Because it is a sensitive topic. We understand that this may be just sensitive subject matter, and we want to approach this with just a very careful lens.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we also know that there will be people that may not agree with what we are saying, and that's totally okay. For those people, respectfully exit the video now. This is not for you, and that's totally all right. Yeah. And for those where it does resonate and it lands, then this is something that is meant for you, and our intentions are to support you if you don't feel like you have that support. So yeah, anything you want to say on this before we?
No, I think you covered it, and I like the disclaimer. We're not like therapists, we're not experts, we're just speaking from what we've been through, our journeys. And I know Kae has been vulnerable on this channel, and I know I also have a coming out story, which I'm not there yet. I don't want to, and I'm at the stage where yeah, my family knows, everyone's cool, that's not the problem, but there are things that I'm still healing through, right? So I don't feel comfortable enough to share my story. However, I tell Kae this all the time. When I was feeling conflicted, I didn't have anyone to seek. Yeah. There was this one channel that I came across, honestly, just out of nowhere, Studology 101, and I'm sure
for the OGs,
many of y'all know Studology 101.
That's where I learned a lot of stuff. That's too.
Where I learned.
Just seeing other people that could relate.
Yeah.
Because back then it felt scarce.
It was black and white, and
it felt scarce.
That was 2012, 11. We're not talking about the 90s here, you know. We're talking about early, modern day, But it was still really closeted and looked down upon. So to have the two studs on that channel help me through that, I wanna pay it forward, and also I know Kae included, be a support system through the screen, because it they changed my life. Yeah. So
yeah, and mine as well. I'm not even gonna lie, having that resource really did aid in my journey as well, with the representation, even though I couldn't exactly relate to maybe how they looked. Just knowing that we were all coming from the same place was really helpful for me too. So it's even though you and I have different approaches, resources like that,
Mhm.
you know, really did help.
That was, like,
Wait,
the
who
only
was it?
resources.
Pooks and
DZ.
DZ. Oh, shout out to Pooks and DZ.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think I don't know if they
It's a
still have the
throwback.
same names, but I think DZ still like does some
Yeah, we did see that she does some
yeah, like reaction videos and stuff, which is dope. Like, you know, you're an
OG.
OG and like you really helped pave the way for this YouTube thing, you know,
Yeah,
and
facts.
you saved a lot of lives, including mine. So
Salute.
one love.
Salute. But yeah, so I think you covered that beautifully. At the end of the day, we're here just to be vulnerable, share our stories, and the goal here is, again, to just be open, honest, hopefully provide some tools speaking from our experiences and our perspectives, and that's it.
So as you all can see in the title, tips and advice on coming out, and maybe this is where I'll share a little bit of my story, just a little bit, but I don't know if like tips and advice like are cohesive. Like we separated advice and we separated tips, but obviously it can be in collaboration. So we're gonna start with advice. Okay, this is your big sis, you know, big sisters, um, your aunties for some of you, coming to y'all with some advice. So yeah, get some popcorn and tune in. First one, do you want to go since I just finished speaking?
Yeah, sure. So the first piece of advice that, you know, Dee and I want to offer is that there really is no pressure. This whole process is unique to you. And the most important thing to remember is that you do everything on your own time because this is your journey. Don't feel pressured to abide by anyone else's timeline, by anyone else's time frame. This is something that pertains only to you. And I understand that it does have a ripple effect because you are a part of different communities, whether it's your family that's a community, whether, you know, like me, I have religious trauma if you've seen my coming out story and surviving a cult. And it does affect more than just you, I understand. However, remember that at the end of the day, this is all about you and your safety and your peace of mind and your self-love journey and acceptance. So don't rush it. And yeah, just be true to yourself, and honor yourself with being authentic and not forcing that.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say?
I mean, to kind of break down like the no pressure aspect of it, obviously there's pressure. You feel that burning sensation. I had that burning sensation at a very young age because I look different, right? Like I'm not like your typical girl where I can just wear dresses and whatever, you know, like I want to be myself. So of course there is pressure in that aspect. Of course I want to just be free and be myself. But in terms of like what we're saying, no pressure, come out on your own time. I feel like nowadays with social media and stuff, yes, I think it's a little, I don't want to say it's easier.
It's trendy as well.
But it's more accepting and maybe like, you know, you just want to like, you know, all my peers are doing it. Let me also, you know, do it as well. But from someone that just felt that burning sensation at like 18 years old, I knew that was my time, right? Like you will know when it's your time, you know? So like kind of like mute the outside noise, you know? I understand that you want to be your authentic self, but like in your heart, you know when it's time to, you know, let the world know. And you know, if that's at a young age, that's at a young age, and if that's older, that's older,
and that's okay.
And that's okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no timeline. There's no ticking time bomb. Just honor yourself in that way, where you know you'll know when it's right, the right time.
You'll know when it's right.
Yeah.
The next one is talk to your friends and trusted family. And, you know, I think we put friends here first because, you know, at a certain age, you know, you're either at school for a long period of time and like you have a better relationship with your friends. Yeah, more than maybe your family. I know growing up, I had like you know, two dope best friends, and I had a really, really dope cousin who unfortunately I don't speak to now. But those are the three people that really helped me through it. Right? So it can be a mixture of friends and family. Um, I think friends provide a great support system, obviously, depending on the friends that you do choose. But if you do have like a trusted family member, which I believe is like super like
It's rare.
it's rare and it's like the best feeling because like you want to tell your family, you want to like one day bring your partner to Christmas dinner, so like to have an in with the family already, like it's like a weight lifted off your shoulders, for me at least.
Yeah.
That's how I felt
That's
when
how
I
I
had,
felt too.
you know, a cool cousin.
But yeah, definitely I would say go to friends first if you don't have safety with family. I definitely had friends that I was able to lean on. I still love them to this day. And then I did eventually come out to a neutral family member, which ended up being my brother. And he was so immediately accepting and cool. And he was like, look, we gonna hold this down until you're ready to tell the world. And you know, it's kind of been that way ever since. And like that meant so much to me. So I felt the same way. And if you don't have, let's just say, you know, you don't have that,
Yeah.
you have us. You know, like you still have people, virtual friends, there are hotlines, there are resources in your area. They don't have to be local community resources. There's so many virtual resources, and just know that no matter where you are, how populated, how rural, secluded, you know, tight knit, there's always someone that understands you and gets you, and you're never alone, even if you feel alone.
It's crazy how times have changed, because
I know.
we didn't like there was always a hotline, but you know, I was telling Kay back in the day, like when we had phones, like one, there was like no Wi-Fi. You paid for, you know, free after 50 text messages for the month, and that was it. Like you had MSN, you know, and you'd rush home to that. But like oftentimes, like I think we're in the time where people are talking about, you know, is social media a good resource or a bad resource? And obviously there are pros and cons, right? But there are tons of resources out there that can help you out through it. And again, like from your two favorite aunties, sisters, whatever it is, like we are here. We are like oftentimes, aside from like sexuality, like people do come to us about just like advice and, you know, family
life.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like we like you don't ask for it. I think it's just maybe the aura, energy, the safe space that we provide. Especially if you come into our space here, like people just feel inclined to like, you know, share, and we share it with them too. So like Kay said, don't feel, I guess, shunned away or what's the word I'm looking for?
Like alone.
Yeah, don't feel alone. We got you. We got you. And that kind of goes into the next point, which is do your research. And again, this plays into the negative effects on, you know, of social media, because there are people that, you know, comment under our videos. There are things that, you know, will say how you're feeling is not valid, but like I found Studology 101, for example, and that was the only resource I needed. You know, I heard from, you know, those two like amazing humans, all I needed to hear. I didn't do like extensive research, you know, and I understand that there are different apps, and it might cloud your, I guess, decision or, you know, thoughts, but find one good tool, one good resource. If this is your resource, then so be it. But yeah, just giving you the example of you know, Studology 101, learning about my body and my feelings and how to dress, and not how to dress, but like the way I'm dressing is not like I'm not an alien.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no one in my, you know, I grew up in the hood, like there's no one like me, you know. So yeah, I didn't feel alone when I found them. So
yeah, I think it can be easy to be overstimulated, because like there's so much like every Pride Month, like look around us, you go to the mall, there's rainbows everywhere. It was
Yeah.
not like that when we were coming out. It was still
No.
very hush hush, you know. It was still taboo, I feel. But now, you know, there are trailblazers and just a lot of resources. So, yeah, do your research, be discerning,
Yeah, good one.
find what works for you, because what works for everyone doesn't work for you, doesn't work for me, doesn't work for D, right? So just again, in this process, while you're doing research, just be authentic. YouTube is a great tool for finding other like-minded people. And yeah, I guess if you really need to, like, feel free to even just shoot us a message or something, and maybe we can maybe point you in the right direction. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, just know what you're looking for will eventually find you if you're putting it out with the right intention. So
there you go.
Yeah,
that's good. Okay. And again, I think I said we're gonna separate tips and advice, but we're gonna keep going, right? So just, I think the combo and the dialogue is really, really good. So we're just gonna keep going. So the next one is, again, everything kind of plays into each other, but journal, pray, meditate, whatever your source of zen may be. For me, all three. You know, at that age, I didn't really know about meditating, but my meditation was prayer. And it's crazy because at that age too, like now that I think about it, like I was praying the gay away, you know, like that.
I think we all tried that.
Yeah, like, you know, I was, God, please, God, please, God, please, remove this away from me. And so, like, maybe, like, just, I don't know, I think now, like, meditation and journaling, like, it now makes sense in my adult years, but as a child it didn't. But what I will say is, when you pray, when you journal, and when you meditate, just be intentional. You know, now looking back at it, like, I wouldn't pray the gay way. You know, like, this is not like something that like can just poof, you know, like disappear. Like, y'all, I was born this way. I did not choose this lifestyle, you know. And now in my older age, I've accepted it. I know God loves me. We have a unique relationship with our boy, you know.
Yep. I think for me, on the first point, which is journaling. Now, if you, I want to like really advise those who may be a little bit younger and maybe don't have their own space, or don't have the safety of having their own space. Be careful what you journal. If you have intrusive guardians, parents, whatever, they go through your stuff straight up. So if this isn't something that you're ready to be outed about, and you have it on paper and it's somewhere accessible, I would be careful with that. Speaking from experience, just be careful. However, meditating and prayer, that's confidential. All right. So journaling though, like, I love journaling personally, because I feel like all my feelings just bleed onto the paper. Like, you kind of get into a trance and it just it's an immediate release. It's beautiful. That's one of my preferred for sure. But praying and meditation, prayer for sure, is so important, because it's like, even if things don't make sense, at the end of the day, like, do not forget that you are, quote, fearfully and wonderfully made. I know that there are so many people that love to put religious scriptures in the comments, not from a place of love. I just feel at the end of the day, like, you're created by this amazing entity, being, you know, God, whatever that looks like for you. And they didn't create you to suffer. There is suffering in the world, but at the end of the day, they're here. The universe is here to help you succeed. It's designed to help you win. It's just all about how you navigate.
I understand that everyone prays, and we're not here to, you know, force that on you. So it's, again, these are just tips and advice, but meditation can be in the form of, you laying down with your eyes closed. I know people that like rap, and that's their form of meditation, or play an instrument, right? I know meditation is supposed to be like, well, I guess the correct way to do it is to like just kind of, be still,
Be present.
be present, but
Yeah,
like,
center yourself.
but like, who's to say like you can't feel free when you like exercise, and
Yeah.
like whatever that tool, like for me it was basketball. That was my meditation. I was so free. I remember playing basketball at that age, and I don't know if you all watch Love and Basketball, but there's a scene where like she's dribbling the ball, and there's a voice in her head, and she's talking to herself, like she's playing in present time, but in her head she's like speaking about like what she's gonna do in the future. Like, all right, dribble down, cross. I don't know, I felt like I was like having like an outer body experience on the court. Like you kind of leave like this effed up society, and like all you're worried about right now is like basketball, and that was me being centered. It may look different for everyone. Just find something that keeps you zen, calm, cool, collected. And it doesn't have to be journaling, it doesn't have to be prayer, it doesn't have to be like no. It can be whatever you feel.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Very
So,
true.
another one that might resonate with some people is like when I was coming out to my mom, for example, I had a cousin that I really trusted, and we planned this like whole come out appearance, and my cousin and my aunt, they ended up coming to the house because they knew I was about to come out to my mom, and they already knew prior to me coming out, of course, but I felt safe just in case, like who knows what was gonna happen, like me getting kicked out, there being a physical altercation. Again, like also having someone as a bystander just to like, kind of have your back, and
Yeah, also a witness.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Accountability,
So,
just for your safety as well.
Yeah, so if you do, this can be brother, sister, whomever, if you feel comfortable coming out. And I feel like having someone there that already, because when I was coming out, it was hard for me to gather my thoughts and like say it, so my cousin kind of helped me get my words out. So yeah, maybe having someone there might make you feel less nervous, less stressed. She really like helped me a lot. But again, to each their own. If you and your mom or whomever have a great relationship and you want to keep it between y'all, like that's absolutely fine. But just from my personal experience, it did help me.
I think that's a great point, especially if you come from a background that is maybe a little more like volatile, aggressive. Like, again, your safety is what's most important, so prioritize that at all costs, because this is a really scary moment. Honestly, that was one of the scariest moments of my life to this day. Terrified that I would be disowned, but again, having a trusted person in your corner, I think, is a fantastic point, because it makes a big difference if you don't feel safe.
I think the last one, and y'all, there are so many points that we can go over, and maybe we can give you a part 2 if you like this, but the last point is love yourself. Love yourself first. You're not a mistake. The feelings that you feel aren't invalid. Like, you are not this cursed,
there's nothing wrong with
person. There's nothing wrong with you. All in all, love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Because I don't know about you, but I didn't at all.
I didn't love myself for a long time. Again, the religious trauma taught me that like I was like scum of the earth. To only realize that like I was the furthest thing from it. So even if you don't feel like your feelings are valid, or you're not worthy, or you're not deserving, like those are all lies. Like I was telling Dee the statistic of every single one of us even being born, like the chances, it's like one, I don't know, one in like something billion, you know. The fact that you're even here is a miracle. So like celebrate your life, live it for you as authentically as you can, because you only have one. It's short, and I would much rather live out loud and authentically than to look past or look back, I mean, in my life at the end of it and be like, I wish I had taken that leap of faith. You know, I wish I had, you know, decided to just be comfortable in my own skin. And again, this takes time. It takes time. It's not going to just be great overnight, we know, but this is ultimately a journey. And the way I love to look at it is, you know, this is Dee's world and I'm just in it. And this is my world and y'all are just in it. The same way this is your world and we're just in it. Like, craft your experience to what you want and what honors you in your existence and your journey. And it all comes one with that self-love and rooting yourself and being secure with who you are, and just knowing that you're not alone.
And you know, to my masculine presenting baddies that look different. I think honestly, like, we're in such amazing times where like women's clothing is becoming more masculine. Like, it's easier. Not saying it's like completely like, there are some places in the world where you can't even dress the way I'm dressed, right? And we understand that there are people from around the world that are watching us, right? So I'm not here to just like speak from only my lens. However, I know me, like, I started this convo saying that, to love yourself, but at 18 I didn't, because I'm a girl and I can't fully be myself. So how can I love myself? I understand you. And what I can say is, time, I hope that one day, like, you can be free and truly be yourselves. I know it's hard where you, like, when you have to mask it and like put on, this dress to make, your family happy. Like, how do you love yourself in that moment? I don't have all the answers for that. But now in present day, being out and being my authentic self, all I can say is that, like, this came with time. I didn't have an accepting mother. Like, this is not like butterflies and roses. So just know I feel you. And like, I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm still, like, my voice is shaky. I have trauma. Like, this is a very hard video for me. I don't know if you feel me shaking my leg. Yeah, so just for the people out there that can't fully express themselves because of how they look,
Want to look.
Yeah. I hope these tips and advice points, I guess, can help. But
even just one person.
And we'll try to make more videos like this. Like, comment down below, tell me what y'all want to see, if you want us to speak more about our experiences, because Kae and I have completely different experiences. Not to say yours is less valid than mine or vice versa, but there are some people that are living in Kae's
dimension.
Yeah, and there are some that, living in mine. I think maybe Kae's more inclined to talk about her experience than I am to talk about mine, but maybe this is like how I heal my trauma,
I love that.
And like, I guess to end it on a good note, like, both families are super accepting and they love each other, and my family loves Kae and Kae's family loves me, and it's possible. I didn't think that I would be sitting here.
Me neither. Me neither. Straight up. Yeah, I guess all I really want to say is that we love y'all. We love y'all. And even if you don't feel loved all the time, just know that there are people that love you. And you're such an important part of whatever ecosystem you're a part of, and we're all connected. So without you, there's an imbalance in the world. So don't ever think for a second that you don't matter, because you 1,000,000% do. So Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for just spending time with us, for supporting the channel. Let us know, like Dee said, what you want to see. Maybe you learned from this. I don't know if you learned anything from this, if it helped, but regardless, we're here for you always. So until next time, stay safe, be blessed, drink your water, and
Love yourself.
period. I love that. I love that. Peace out, y'all.